Hi Crafty Friends, welcome to my channel. I am back today to work on my little paper bag purse journal using BibleJournalLove's new Remember kit, and I will link in the description box this kit as well as a coupon code that you can use to purchase the kit or anything from her store. So my last video, which I'll also link in the description box, I built this base with a gift bag inspired by Edith at ScrapbookingWithMe. So now I want to start filling in different elements from the kit. I've cut almost all of the fussy cuts out and the journal cards and things. I haven't cut them all out. I still have some of the word art and butterflies and birds and all the cuties to cut out, but I wanted to just get started and give my hand a little break from fussy cutting. So what I wanted to do, the first thing I want to do is I want to make this little accordion to put in my journal, with some of these little journal card, well, my die cutting machine's popping open. Sorry about that. With some of these scripture verse cards. So this is kind of what we're gonna build, and I have a little tab to glue it on the page, and it'll flip like this, and then it'll flip back this way. So this is, let's see, what did I say? I think it's 3.5 inches. And so I need to accordion fold it back and forth the same, and I think it's like 2.5 inches, I think is about the way it's folded. So all I did was I just took a card, one of these cards, and then, you know, I have a little bit of space that I want to leave around it, and then I folded back and forth like an accordion. So no fancy measuring, just, and this is I printed on 32 pound. I printed on 48 pound and 32 pound, but some of the papers I printed on 32 pounds, so it's a little bit thin. So I'll make sure I have this a little bit straight, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, if you want to score it and all that good stuff, you can do that, but this is just how I did it. Just a quick, easy way. And then there's enough left on the end, and this was just, you know, a strip of paper that was from the kit. And let me measure how long it is really quick. It is 11 inches long. That's how long mine is. So let me ink around the edges here though. And yeah, so there's a little bit left on the end when you accordion fold it back and forth that you can fold a little tab to glue into the journal, which is what I wanted. So let me see. So I got it like this. Kind of wanted this paper to show first. So I just printed it double-sided. This, you know, you can just kind of straighten it out if it's really crooked. And then there's just about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch left over that can just be our little tab. So it'll get glued down. So let me glue these on. I inked around these already. I don't think I'm going to corner around them. I think I'm just going to glue them on just like this. And this is 32-inch paper that I printed on here too. I think I printed this page twice. and one's on 32 inch and, or 32 pound, not 32 inch, 32 pound, and one's on 48 pounds. So a 32 pound paper is a little bit thin for these cards, and I didn't want to tear them by putting them in the pocket, so I just thought, well, we can just back them and make this cute little accordion fold. So if you go to my first video, which I will link in the description box, I do a flip through of this entire kit. It's beautiful, so pretty. And there's so much in the kit. Okay. So if you want to see all the pages, and like I said, I'll link the kit. BibleJournalLove is on, and it has an Etsy store, and then she also has a website. The kit is in the Etsy store. So then let me glue these on the back. I hope everybody's doing well. Enjoying your summer. Getting pretty warm where I'm at. It cooled off a little bit on the weekend, but I think it's going to heat up again. And if you're new to my page, welcome. I looked the other day and, well, actually, I didn't even look. Like, I don't really look at how many followers I have. I guess maybe I should do that, you know, because I'm kind of new to YouTube. But I do look at the notifications for when people leave comments or questions so I can reply. And there was a message from YouTube saying that I'd hit 1,000 subscribers, and I was just shocked. I was like, really? Wow, thank you. Thank you if you're following me. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm new to YouTube, so through some encouragement at Michelle at the Junk Journal Studio. It's kind of how I ended up starting my YouTube channel. I was hesitant to do it because I was a victim. I was cyber stalked by somebody. I also run a nonprofit, and so I do get people that, you know, like friend request my personal page, and I've now learned how careful I need to be. How do I accept? And anyways, this person just, it was pretty scary. They were sending gifts and letters to my house, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And finally, you know, they were doxing me, and they were basically screen printing everything on my personal page and acting like they knew me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is pretty scary. So I'm like very hesitant with social media now, you know, and especially people that friend request me, you know, and especially like if somebody friend requests me, like I look on their page to see, do they actually post content that shows that, you know, are they just like reposting stuff that they see, or do they have actual personal pictures and things, you know, that kind of shows some transparency on their page? That is what I have learned to be very careful, because this person thought they were in a relationship with me, and they just were posting the most bizarre things. And to this day, they presented themselves that they were a woman, but to this day, I don't really know if it was a man or a woman. So it was pretty scary. And, you know, if you don't know what the person looks like and they're stalking you and they're saying they're going to come to your home, I mean, that's pretty scary. So, yeah, so for those reasons, I was very scared to start a YouTube channel, but I prayed about it, and I thought, I'm just going to trust God will protect me, and I want to put some sort of something that I can hold this closed, I think, a little bit. I'm trying to figure out what I could put here to, don't know. anyways, through some encouragement and prayer, you know, and just faith in God that He'll protect me, I decided to start a YouTube channel. So that's my story. I love to craft, and, you know, I am on a few different design teams, so it's always good to have, you know, YouTube channel when you're doing things like that. I'm feeling like I need to put something here, but maybe I don't. I don't know. Maybe, there are some little pockets in here. I mean, tiny pockets. I could put a pocket here, and then you open it, and you've got this surprise pocket. Let me see if one that's a little bit bigger. Oh, that might be too big. So anyways, yeah, so, you know, starting the YouTube channel was an act of faith, and, you know, worrying, like, is this person going to find me and start harassing me again and stalking me? And so, yeah. So anyways, I haven't been on YouTube very long. I think those are too wide. This pocket's pretty. The paper's just so pretty. If you like the pinks and the blues and the pastel-y colors, you'll love this kit. Let's see, I also have, there's also this card I could put here. So that's like the same size. These ones are like landscape. I could put this one here. Yeah, so anyways, I was just really surprised to see that I had 1,000 people following me. I'm grateful. Thank you. I do love to craft, and I thought, you know, I just am not going to let somebody who, you know, for whatever selfish, mentally ill reasons, a person stalks another person. I'm just not going to live in fear. And I was actually pretty upset and angry about somebody, you know, creating that kind of level of fear in me. And I had some personal stuff on my page. The person was yeah, for a lot of reasons, that was just not a very kind thing. So, anyways, let's see. Now I'm feeling like I need something behind this. So I do have, I took one of the papers and I used this embossing, it's this new embossing folder, and I don't have the cover picture right on my desk here, but it's from Spellbinders that Frank Garcia designed. It's so beautiful. Can you kind of see? Let's see, I also did it in white. Ran it through in white. It has like these ribbons and bows and polka dots, and I just thought so pretty, and could put something like that here. Then I would be turning it the wrong way, and that would cover it, so I don't think that's going to work. And I do have this scrap here. Could I cut around this? No, it covers it too much. I don't want to cover it. I think it's probably just fine like this, and then when I cut the butterflies out, maybe I'll put a butterfly right here. Put that there. Probably should have put a magnet here, huh? Well, too late now. Too late now. So what could we put down to, I'll think about it. I don't know what I'm going to put to hold that closed, but for now it's fine. So I thought I'd put a pocket here on the front and the back. That's some word art. So there are some beautiful pockets in here. Let me see. I'm going to have to cut it down a little bit though. Put it like this, hate to cut that side down too much. So pretty with the flowers. Cut a little bit of this off. And let me use my hole punch to cut this out. Cut it right here. Let's see. If you follow me, you know decorating my cover of my journal is always the last thing I do. Don't know what direction I want to go in, so I have not completely covered. Other than, you know, I added the lace, added some lace along the spine, a little bit of lace on the inside. I really have not figured out what I want to do, and that's typical of me for all my journals. I do all of them, decorate all of them last. Let's see, I think there's another one, a big pocket like this I wanted to put on the back. Let's see. I thought there was. There's lots of different kinds of pockets in here. Corner pockets and round pockets and these long pockets. It could be like a side tuck. These other ones are shorter, so let's put this pocket here. It's a little bit uneven, but that's okay. The other thing I could do, though, is I did cut these out. Kind of layered it. Maybe I should do these. Yeah, because I've got two of them. Oh, but I glued that one on crooked. I think that's why I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. No. Sorry, I'm just indecisive today, I guess. There, and then this page. Oh, first I want to put this. So I thought I'd do a little. I love this paper. Isn't it pretty? It's so beautiful. One of my favorites. And I just printed the gingham on the back, and then I used this little scallop border punch. So I thought I would like glue this here. And then it can pull out. Let me ink it. Of course, I'm gonna try. I know I say this with every journal I make. I'm gonna try not to bulk it up too much. I am gonna have to put some sort of closure because I'm sure it will be bulked up a little bit. So let's see. I think glue this like right along here. Let's do that. Just a little fun flip out. And all I did was fold the paper in half and just cut it down a little bit. That's all I did. Nothing precise. It was just a scrap piece of paper I had. Make sure I gluing it to the right page. Okay, I've got two pages. My pages are not all exactly even. I don't like them all even, so I like them to be a little bit different. Uh-oh, did I just do this wrong? I think I just did this wrong. I glued it the wrong way. I need to glue it in. I need to glue it this way. For now, this is wet. I'm gonna have to glue something on top of it. this way. Trying to get along, right along the edge there. There we go. Now here, I'm thinking, oh, I wonder if I could put one of these. Did I still do it wrong? Let me see. I think I still did it wrong. Did I? I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I can fold the paper this way, right? It's that directional thing that is just challenging for me. Unless I flip it like this. But I did kind of want to see the border punch. So we could do it like this instead. And then it can just pull out like that. And then flip over like this. Not like that, but like that. Okay, all right, let's see. Oh, now we can't put that sideways. Let's see these long pockets here. Let's see if there's one that'll work. Ooh, I like this one. Pretty. Just about covers it. And then let's see. I mean, I could glue it down so it's a little tuck spot. Could still have glue along here, I think. Just to secure it over this where I kind of messed up the paper. There's a bunch of circles in here, but I never seem to have the right size circle punch. I don't know why. So this one I used a scallop one that's a little bit smaller, which actually works perfect here because there's a scallop there. That's pretty. Okay. So something can tuck in here. This card. Bible verse. And I like this one with the buttons on it. Aren't these pretty? Okay, so we can decorate this then. Too long. That's too long. These are too long. I know there's some shorter ones here. We could put this card on here. That's a little bit too long. How about some of the word art? He never fails. Trust his heart. Let's see. Bunch of Look at these flowers. Aren't these pretty? I just love them. How beautiful is that? So pretty. I love them. Ink. I could make it like a tuck spot there. Oops. Too much glue coming out. There, and then let's corner round this. I think I'll like it better if it's corner rounded. Yeah, I love, of course, the pinks in this kit and the flowers, but I love the polka dots. Love the little polka dots, so pretty. So this is Isaiah 40:31, hope, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. I can't see if I tuck it in there though, huh? Let's see. And you know what we do have? We have these journal cards. Look at these little girls, aren't they cute? We have these little journal cards. Put these little journal cards in here. How cute are these little girls? How sweet is that? Remember God's love. But you know what I want to do to this is I've got a scallop punch somewhere. Let's do our scallop punch on this scrap piece of paper. Like that. Is that pretty? Ink it a little bit. And this paper matches the inside. Pretty. Remember God's love. Maybe we should corner around these. Little journal cards too. How sweet are these? I love this kit. It is just so, so pretty. And there are some little words in here. Put a little word on here. Pray, trust, wait. These other little ones. His promises never fail. That might be too wide. Let's do this one. Pray, trust, wait. It's the hardest part, right, friends? Waiting. Sweet is that? You know, I think I'm going to do is take some of this Winks of Stella. I think this is the Winks of Stella. Is that the Winks of Stella? Or is this one? I don't know. Sure. Yeah. Has just like a little bit of glitter in it. So I'm just going to go around her little lace on her dress, top of her shoes, maybe her bow. I love this stuff because I love stickles too, but this like Winks of Stella just dries so fast. Well, this is scrapbook.com's version of Winks of Stella, I guess. Yeah. Be on her, the flowers, collar of her dress. So I'm going to set that aside to dry. It dries pretty fast though. Can you see it? If I tilt that a little bit, if you can kind of see the shimmer that's in there. Make sure I've got everything straight. Let's see. Probably can't see it. Anyways, Winks of Stella. So that's going to go in there. So let me set that aside. And We could put some pockets here. There's little pockets in here. Lots of pockets in this kit. I think that's too wide. So we've got this size, we've got this size. That one looks pretty. Just glue along the sides and the bottom. My glue is, I need to turn it over the other way because I just filled it not long ago, so it's got a lot of glue in there right now. Let's put that one there. Put one over here. Oh, let's see, here's the other big ones. I knew there was another big one. Oh, that one. Let me get the little thing out. So I think this is going to end up being bigger because I cut that one out, hand cut it, and instead of using my hole punch, or I mean my circle punch. Could put this maybe here. Centered on the page. Got a minute to dry. Over here. That one kind of matches that one. Let me cut this one out so they just look a little bit cohesive. Unless I put something like this here. So that's too wide. I know I have a small circle punch too, but this is fine. The Bible Journal Love also has, on their website, she has different like monthly subscriptions for a monthly kit and a Bible study. And she has a Facebook page as well, all of which I will link in the description box. Okay. All right, so I think this is dry. It dries really fast. And then we could put these little cards in here. Little journal cards. Cute are those. I don't know if is there enough room for these? No, let's put the journal card, these cards in first. And I could put, let's see, some of this word art here. There's tickets. These are beautiful, these little clusters. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly. It's a little bit big, but you know what? We could put it in a pocket. And if you use your crocodile, or if you have a hole punch, I think it's like the 1/8 inch works to cut out like the little white there. No, it needs the 3/16 of an inch. There and there. I tried to cut around this one, but I didn't do a very good job. ticket in the pocket. Let's see, there's more tickets. Where are they? Be still and know that I'm God. Let's put that up there. Let's see. There's so much in this kit. I know I won't use everything for this journal because it's kind of a smaller journal, but that's okay because I can make other projects with whatever I don't use. Okay. Remember who he is and what he has done. Go in next month for another cortisone shot right here because it's this last one did help, but the pain is back already. So wish they'd find a cure for it, but arthritis, that is. I have psoriatic arthritis and osteoarthritis. So one's an autoimmune disease and the other one is just wear and tear. Wear and tear. I guess it's hereditary, but okay. Cute as that. What I kind of wanted to do, I kind of wanted to put some of these little embellishment Jimmy things on here. These are from Simon Says Stamp. Color's called Ballet Slipper. These are just fun to add to any project. Let's see. We can just add a couple of them. I hope I'm in frame here. Oops. This is thingy. Pick them up. Adds a little something. How shiny they are. Okay. Oh, I got that pocket. I forgot a pocket. Maybe we can add another girl. Another one of little girls. Let's do the yellow. And let me trim off some of this. You can see I didn't get all the white and corner around them. Let me see if there's another one of the smaller words that I can put. I think I pretty much have everything out. And then there's these little paper doll girls. Aren't they cute? Those are in there. Little stamps. Too big. And there's little hats and stuff for the paper doll girls. These are cute though. All this little ephemera. Okay, where's my word art? These other little strips. I thought there was a couple smaller ones. These tickets are too big. Oh, here we go. I like this one. With God, all things are possible. I'm into that. Okay. Let's put that on there. she's gonna need some of that Winx Estella too. Gotta glitter her up. Some on the centers of the flowers. Her hair. Her trim on her dress. And her socks. Cute. Okay, let me set that aside to dry for a minute. And we can put this in the pocket. Do that. Let's see what else. Making a big mess. But that's just sort of how I craft, I guess. Part of the creative process. Okay, there's these little journal cards. Observation, prayer. Set this aside. Observation, prayer. And you can print these little journal cards out a few different times, you know. How cute is that? Like that. Oops, wrong way, see? Pulling it wrong way again. Probably should put some sort of little tab here so you know to pull that open. Let's see. What could we put? There's all these beautiful clusters in here. Kind of don't want to turn that sideways. Maybe a stamp. I don't think I can turn any of these sideways. Let's look. That's pretty. Maybe this one. That one. Or maybe just a little piece of ribbon or lace. Maybe we could cut a little piece of this. Let's cut that straight. This, and you know you need to pull that open. Maybe there's a flower or something we could put. Just love these flowers in this kit. I know I'm going to be printing those multiple times. Here's a small flower. Trying to keep at least my piles. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Let's use that one. Get that out first. Just to kind of hold the lace in place and to decorate it up a little bit. And need it on the other side. Paper towel so I don't get glue all over my fingers. And then, oh, here's another little flower. A small one. Blue one. This is not very curved very well here. My scissor skills, fussy cutting skills. There's a nice like off-white border around the fussy cuts, which is nice. But sometimes I like, depending on how difficult it is, sometimes I like to cut that off too, which I guess I'm doing on this one. see? That a little bit closer there. See how long it takes me? I think I've been doing this video for almost an hour, and I'm still, you know, I just have not gotten very much done. I'll probably turn the camera off and just continue, although I do need to eat some dinner before it gets late. Probably maybe some butterflies I can add to that. Yeah, then we've got a little tab, so you know to pull that open. Well, that's the next page. You don't really need it for that, but I could put something else in here. Girls are so cute. I can put another little card in here for another one of the little girls. Or there's another little scripture verse. Like that. I think this is dry now. Let's put this in here. A couple journal cards. We could put this in here. I don't know if I have anything small enough to put there. I mean, there's these, but I don't want to cover up the flowers. Put a flower. But maybe we can put one of these up here. Anchored in hope. Where is that? So let me know, leave me a comment, let me know if you have purchased this kit and what you're making with it. Oh, let's see. Put her in there. How cute is that? Oh, this came undone. Probably need Fabri-Tac, huh? Trying to get away with not using Fabri-Tac on here. Let's try this again. A little more glue to this flower. There's one page done. Well, we got this one, our little accordion. So you don't have to pull it out. You can just flip them, right? Yeah, so this side has 3 cards, and this side has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How cute is that? But does this page need something else? Like, his promises never fail. Or remember his covenant. Remember his love. Remember the Lord. What's this one? I will remember. I don't want blue on blue. Count your blessings. a way I can make that a text spot to hold that down. I don't think so. I will figure it out. I will figure it out. Oh, friends. These beautiful clusters. They're pretty. See, there's all these little round pockets in there too. Aren't those cute? They're little. They're cute. Could put some of these stamps here. Could put them here. I don't know. Let me see how long this video is, because I don't want to bore you guys. Yeah, I probably should stop. Okay, friends, so like I said, I'll link in the description box these kits, as well as my first video, so you can see a flip through of all the papers so far. So isn't that cute? It makes the cutest little purse. I'll have to put some sort of little latch over it, and of course I'll embellish the front, but you know, I do that last. So anyways, thank you everybody for watching. I will come back and add some more. It does take me time. I think that, you know, these papers are just, and the ephemera is so pretty. It's just, I just want to stare at it. So anyways, thanks friends. I hope you have a wonderful crafty day.